Dynamics of playing against Pakistan, it's tremendous pressure on any kid. I mean, when I say kid, I mean any youngster. More so when you're making a debut. And tell me, how did it keep changing as a youngster when you started your career and then slowly further, like right up till the final?
See, I'll tell you another thing. I think as a sportsman, if you particularly ask any of the sportsmen, do they prepare differently when they play against Pakistan? Absolutely not. Because ultimately, the contest is not Pakistan. The contest is between bat and ball. The contest remains the same whether someone is bowling with the yellow jersey on or whether with the green jersey on. Yes, there's a lot of other external pressures, and there will always be. Whether at that time there was not a lot of social media, fortunately, but there was a lot of media pressure, there was a lot of fan pressure and all that stuff. So my first World Cup game was against Pakistan. My first World Cup final was against Pakistan. I remember I played a very, very high profile and a high pressure game in 2011 semi-final, which was in Mohali, was against Pakistan, where both the prime ministers of both the countries were there as well. That was probably the most high profile game which I have actually played.
Do you know at that time that they're sitting in the stands?
Yes, they came and shook hands with us after the
No,
national
before,
anthem.
when you're on the ground? Yeah.
Absolutely, because I remember when we finished off our national anthems, both the prime ministers shook hands with both the teams. So they were there, and then we knew that obviously the city was completely sealed. No one was allowed to enter the city after 5 o'clock in the morning. Air spaces were shut. Everything was like one kind of
fortress.
It was like a fortress where, and you know that how media hypes and how when you're playing a World Cup at home, that whatever happens, you can't lose this game.
It's not just a game.
Yeah, and more importantly, when people turn around and say this, it doesn't matter whether you go on to win the World Cup or not. You cannot lose.
Match to jeetna hai.
But this is unfair. This is very, very unfair. Honestly, I can share this.
But life is not fair, Gautam.
I know life is not fair, but मैं आपको ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि winning against Pakistan is important. Winning against any other side is important.
True.
But winning the World Cup is even more important. No one remembers whether, आज आप मुझे बताओ, how many people remember that what had happened on 14th October this year? No one remembers. Everyone remembers that Australia won the World Cup.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
People don't accept that. That's their problem, not mine. The reality is, Pakistan se jeeto, Pakistan is a stepping stone towards winning the World Cup. But for us as a sportsman, as a nation, I think people sitting in that dressing room, it doesn't matter whether we win against Pakistan or not. All that matters is that we have to go on to win the World Cup, because that is going to create or give a lot of happy memories to the nation.
वो तो ठीक है, but he's not answered the question. What went through your head when you batting and you came in after our two openers had gone down?
What went through my head?
Yeah, you're in the final, big match.
One thing in 2011 that went through my head was, I remember obviously one good thing that has happened, which was not a good thing. See, it was a blessing in disguise for me that by the time I had not even padded up, I was not even ready, Sehwag got out. Sehwag got out and he took a referral. So I got a little bit of 1 or 2 minutes by the time that referral decision had happened. I got time to get ready, and by the time I realized, I was actually facing Lasith Malinga.
So you were padding up while the referral was going on?
Yes.
Wow.
And that's a good thing for me, not a good thing for the team. You don't want to lose an opener so early on. So sometimes you are not even thinking about the occasion, because when you're waiting for your turn and it's a World Cup final, of what if I fail? So by the time I had any thought in my mind, I was facing Lasith Malinga, so everything got shut. But when Sachin got out, I remember one thing that came in my mind was that, and this question has been asked a lot of time and I've answered this, that till the time I'm there, India is winning. That is the belief I always had. Irrespective whether we lose 2 wickets, 3 wickets or 4 wickets. Till the time I'm there, till the time I'm batting till the 50th over, India will not lose the game. And I've said that earlier as well, that if I did not have that belief, I had no right to be sitting inside that dressing room and representing my country. So that belief never at any stage came down or went down, or there was even the slightest of doubt I had in my mind that, now what? Nothing. Because that is something which I always carried with me, and that probably was my biggest strength.